Everyone, it's me, Moonlight Guidance. I hope you're doing well. Let's have a look at your reading and see what is coming through. Okay, got some very big messages here. Okay, so let me just get a clarifying card for each of these. If this resonates with you, please do like, comment down below and subscribe, okay? Let me know how it resonates with you and how it makes sense. Okay, so I feel here that there is love that you have towards a specific person. However, there's also been lots of difficulties. I feel like both of you have really had a lot of love towards each other, but there's been a lot of difficult factors, okay? I feel here that as similar as both of you can be, there's also a lot of differences. We have here religious factors, so it shows here your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. I feel like this person that you've been dealing with is someone that can be quite different to you, perhaps in terms of religion or your upbringing, social status, finances, or even your spiritual path. Like, for example, you may feel a lot more spiritual and be a lot more spiritual. You may have certain beliefs. You may believe in astrology, tarot. Your person here may be someone that is perhaps dismissive of that. They don't really believe in that kind of stuff. They don't really care about that kind of stuff. You may have grown up in different countries, for example, or grown up in different sort of families, and your way of doing things, your family's way of doing things, and their family's way of doing things can be very different. So what I'm basically trying to say is that yes, you're both humans, okay, but there's a lot of differences, and that's something that really does come through. And regardless of these differences, you have both tried to make this work. You have, right? But the Three of Cups really does go to show here that even though you've tried, there's been a lot of sort of challenge, and I think some of these challenges have also come from family, and family perhaps, you know, telling your person like, no, you need to find someone a little bit more like this. Perhaps your family has said, no, you need to find someone a little bit like this, or perhaps you yourself know that your family perhaps would not accept this person based on how they have treated you or based on how they are. You feel like, you know, your family and their family and you and them are just not going to be able to kind of work together. So there's that sort of worry that I see here within you. Also, we have here healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So, you know, you may have gone through childhood trauma. They may have gone through childhood trauma. You may have gone through things where your family is like trying to control the things that you do or the things that you say or the people that you're with, and they don't accept things. And then they say, you know what, I don't want to know you if you're going to be with this person. You know, there's a lot here that's happening in regards to that. And there's this sort of control and then wanting, you know, to have peace with your parents, but at the same time wanting to be independent. As this struggle that's happening, and you're always kind of just trying to work on things with them. And it does also show here, you know, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And I know that sometimes there are things that are very unforgivable, things that you don't want to forgive for, but what I will say is that the more you make peace with your parents, your love life does progress. And I know that can sound a bit challenging, especially if you've been on really bad terms with your parents, but sometimes, I'm just going to say this, it's something that just came out on the cards, okay? It's a general reading, but it will resonate with you in some ways. Sometimes being the one that offers the olive branch, sometimes being the one that is like, you know what, okay, let me see things from your perspective for once, can actually be the catalyst that allows them to also then become a bit more straight around you, to become a little bit more understanding of your needs. Sometimes you saying, okay, I'll understand things from your perspective now, can actually make them realize, oh, okay, you're going to actually forgive me and you're going to understand things from my perspective, then I will also try to understand you. It can do that. And that's something that I'm seeing that can happen here. We also have here as well forgiving and learning, okay? As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Basically, when your relationship with your family is healed, your love life is going to progress, okay? As you release and heal the past, okay? Anything that's happened in the past, whether it's bad experiences in your childhood, bad experiences with past lovers or past romantic partners, when you heal that and you let it go and you move on from it, you will always experience more love in your present moments. If you are not able to let go of things that happened in the past, you know what will happen? You will keep feeling the pain of the past constantly. You know, there was someone, a friend of mine, who had a lot of bad experiences in high school and was bullied, you know, and still to this day, even though it's been, God, how many years was it since we were in school? A long time, okay? It's been like over a decade, like more than over a decade, okay? But she still thinks about those moments and still gets triggered. She still has dreams, of being around these bullies, still being at school. She hasn't been able to properly release that, right? And so she still invites that pain and invites that suffering and still lives through it, even though it's been such a long time. We don't know how those people have grown. Maybe they've healed. Maybe they've, learned major lessons. They've gone through their karma, but she's still living in that pain. So why continue living that pain? We have to sometimes let certain things go, and when we let that go, we can then feel that pain is gone. That was the past. I am today a stronger person. I'm going to not let those people still control my entire life, So I think this is very, very important because it's freeing. It will take you in the right direction. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that the more you let go of certain things that have happened in your past and you heal it, okay? It's not just about being like, oh, whatever, it happened. It's about healing and understanding that, what can I do about that? Nothing. Did they treat me badly? Yes. Is that on me? No, it's on them. When you get to a point of acceptance within yourself regarding this, you know what happens? Everything in your life will start to become better and also start to become slightly easier. You won't have to suffer so much. You won't have to worry so much. You won't have to struggle so much because those struggles and those worries are no longer going to follow you because you're breaking the cycle. You've broken the cycle. So this is very, very important, okay? Step number 1 is healing the relationship with your family. Step number 2, letting go of things from the past that no longer serve you, that you're holding on to. And I do have healing rituals on my website as well, especially if you really struggle with that. The shadow work healing, which helps to really relieve you from pain, trauma, sadness, heartbreak, challenges, grief. There's also the codependency ritual. There's a self-love ritual. There's so many amazing rituals on there if you're really, really struggling. And the other thing here is that once you release all of that, believe it or not, when your relationship improves with your parents or improves with whoever raised you, okay, or in your heart you forgive them perhaps if your parents are not around, what will actually end up happening is that love will come to you. Love will come to you. When you are having a difficult love life, it means that something is unresolved with one of your parents. And it can just be unresolved in your heart as well, especially if you don't want to talk to them, or you have a really bad relationship to the point where they're dangerous, right? It's about resolving it in your heart and your mind and your soul. Okay, and when you do that, your love life, boom, it progresses. You can't make this up. The card that literally just came out? Guys, this is how I work as a tarot reader. Like, I say things and then it comes out on the cards. Like, I myself get excited by this. Lovers came out. Literally, the Lovers card came out, okay? Your love life is going to go to that next level. You are going to be so happy. You're going to be so fulfilled, okay? There is such a beautiful energy here of happiness, joy, loyalty, commitment, fulfillment. This card is also Mercury ruled, so it's to do with amazing communication, consistency, and a huge amount of clarity to overhaul or overrule the lack of clarity and consistency you once had. So you're going to have so much happiness and so much joy. This person that you were dealing with, they will come back around, but they will also come back around resolved within themselves when you are resolved within yourself. So right now, if you really want something strong, you have to resolve anything that is unresolved within yourself first. And then this person comes to you with everything resolved. And if you work on yourself sooner, it will happen sooner, which means if you work on yourself now and you're really working through it and you're trying to understand and realize that, okay, this is what happened. I need to, heal with this. I need to heal with that. When you start working on it, believe it or not, it will happen soon. It can happen even, okay, in the month coming up, which is September. Like, it can literally happen like this. It can literally happen like this. And if it doesn't happen quickly, just remember, some things have to happen in the right time when the universe feels is ready as well, okay? But for many of you, it will happen in the upcoming month, which is September. And the Four of Wands shows this beautiful energy of feeling uplifted, feeling connected, feeling motivated, feeling, a real sense of joy, feeling so loved because you will have love within yourself. You're not living in the past anymore. You're not living in the pain of the past. You're not letting the past control you anymore. And when you don't let the past control you, you are living in the present, which only allows more love to flow into your life because the plate of your life is empty, waiting to be served. When you have rotten old food on your plate and you're putting new food on the plate, the universe is like, I don't really want to do that, I don't really want to, I need you to clear what's on your plate, I need you to wash the plate. and then bring it back to me, you know. So this is very, very important with the Four of Wands, is that, listen, your life gets better. And if you struggle a lot with healing, I am here to help you. I've helped so many people, and healing is something that is very, very profound, because it literally changes your life. Even with the law of attraction, you know why people attract and manifest things is because the law of attraction means detachment. Literally, the law of attraction is knowing what you want, being okay without it, which is detachment. And what is that? Healing. When you know what you want but you're okay without it, that's a form of healing. And so when you heal, you attract all of your desires, all of your manifestations, all of your goals directly to yourself, but also you feel better. It's not enough just to attract, you know, because some people are like, oh, I just want money. Okay, you get that money, but then you feel a void inside, you feel lonely inside, you feel sad inside, you haven't healed anything. You know, you might then use that money to fill a void, and then you have no money left. It's really about healing first, so that when your dreams, aspirations, they come, you can actually keep hold of it for life, and you can grow it for life, and you can have it for life, and you then don't lose it. Okay, because some people just want love but they're traumatized, and then they end up self-sabotaging things with their lover, and then that person's gone and they're like, oh my god, what did I do? Healing is your best friend. It is hard, but it is a truth that is so, so important. And if this resonates, please like, comment down below, subscribe.